Hello, welcome back to Bad's Garage. Another update today. Seems to be a lot of updates. There's not an awful lot of work going on. Well, there is, but there isn't. Well, just obviously holidays and shit like that. So anyway, I'm just gonna let you know what's cracking off at the minute. There's not an awful lot, but I've got a little bit of progression on the £500 blade. Right, so the carburetors, I have put them all together. I should have filmed it really, but I don't know, there's not really an awful lot to show anybody when it comes to cleaning through carbs. It'd be a lot of time-lapse video, I would have thought, because it's just a case of making sure you're going through all of the apertures, which is the main importance. Like I say, I put them all together. The diaphragms are a bit of a pick because they've got absolutely massive springs. I mean, most of them have got springs sort of like that size, but these carbs have got springs that are twice the size of that, and they're an absolute pain in the dick to get in. Because these were already stripped apart, I had a tin full of hardware, so there's a few bits of hardware that were missing, so I've had to find a few screws. I had all these screws, but I was missing a few screws for the diaphragm tops, but I just used screws from the carburetor bowls on the 7R, and they fit quite nice. That's those brassy looking ones there, and I was missing a couple of the bowl bolts as well, but I managed to pull a few of those from the collection of shit I've got. The only thing I'm worried about where these carbs are concerned, 'cause everything cleaned out really nice, is whether these T-pieces will leak, but I'm not going to worry too much about that at the minute, because I don't need to be bothered too much with that. It's just a case to see if the engine runs on the £500 blade. But I'm kind of hoping that they don't leak, because if they do leak, obviously I've got to pull the two end carbs off to swap the O-rings on those plastic T-pieces. But we'll see. Like I say, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. But like I say, these are ready now to put on the other bike and see if it runs. I don't know if you might not remember that when I did the last video on the £500 blade, I had to put the clutch in and lift the stand in order for it to turn over, and it was after checking the video the other day, and I did notice there was no neutral light, so that's something I've got to investigate on the other bike as well, is to firstly make sure it's actually in neutral just with the gears, and if not, then I have to check that the wiring's okay on that neutral line. So it shouldn't be too difficult to sort out, but fingers crossed we can put some fuel to these and it'll crack up, and then once it's cracked up we can get on with stripping that bike down and rebuilding it onto the other frame. The 7R, she's running great at the minute. You know, she's not faltered at all. She's starting nice, she's choking nice, she's riding nice. Although you know, you tend to find with this bike, I mean, I can ride that one round at you know, a casual pace, and you know, it's fine. With this one, it's that shatter. You tend to like go nuts when you've got a ladder bike. You know, it's like wee. So you know, I tend to tog this around a bit. You know, it just turns you into a child, which can be quite dangerous. But anyway, the CBR, that's due for its MOT in a few days' time. But obviously, I need to take that back wheel off and change that disc for a new disc I've got, and then I can get that re-MOT'd. I've been using the VTR this week for work. Today I've given the calipers another clean, because as you know, when I first got this, they were a nightmare to clean, so I don't think they'd ever been cleaned. So I got some of that G101 and gave those another clean. I think it's ready for ready for some new pads. And I did notice when I was cleaning that these discs on this wheel, they were a little bit scored and rough. And obviously it's not while I've had it. It must have been like that before, but I'd just not noticed it. But you know, we're cleaning them. I'm like, well, that feels a bit rougher than most discs should do. But not to worry, because I've still got that wheel with those discs on there. Got beautiful discs on that wheel there. So yeah. But then again, I don't know what's happening with this bike. You know, it's probably going to end up having to be sold. Although at the minute it's the most reliably running bike. I can't say that because they're all, you know, apart from that one's got that rattle still. This one's, you know, I think I've done enough mileage on it now to say that it's being reliable. But like I say, this hasn't faltered from the day I got it on the road. You know, I am still chasing a battery drain on this. So at the minute, when I leave it for any more than a couple of days, I have to disconnect the battery. So it's drawing current from somewhere, which is probably going to be a crappy earth or something. It's routing it out, isn't it? But yeah. Apart from that's perfect. This is perfect anyway. Apart from its little rattle and its crappy disc, that's perfect. And I'm just kind of hoping that the £500 blade in the shed down the bottom of the garden will be perfect as well. So anyway, that's I'm not going to waffle on too much because I'm 6 minutes into waffle, so I can't really tell you much else. I just wanted to let you know that the carbs have been gone through, cleaned and reassembled fully, ready to go on the £500 blade. So yeah, we'll crack on with that over this weekend, and we'll come back to you when we're ready for a bit of starter juice. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Cheers.